game, he has to take into account anything that YongHwa might possibly do.
Definitely 100%. Here we have the Protoss player, like you're mentioning, herO of CJ. So far, he is about 50% win ratio over the course of all of Pro League. And he is 1-2, but 1-0 against Protoss, which is big to mention.
Yeah, really big to mention. This guy recently doing very well at IEM. Perhaps his most notable result in recent times. Solid Pro League player. Played in Brood War as well. And he's up against YongHwa, Artos' favorite Protoss for quite some time. Maybe still somewhere in his heart. Good place for YongHwa. I think one of the things YongHwa was known for in Wings of Liberty was never attacking and following what people now call the Artos' rule of when you're ahead, get more ahead. And I feel in Protoss versus Protoss, sometimes that can actually come back to bite you. If you play too passively and you're ahead and you let that other Protoss get to max out, maybe he just beats you because he has a better concave with his Colossi. We'll see, though. YongHwa has been aggressive in the past. Looks like the map is loaded. We're going to go into it right away. Protoss versus Protoss could determine anything here. CJ versus Incredible Miracle. And by anything, I mean everything.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Down here in the bottom right is the red Protoss, and he's doing something sneaky, sending out that probe.
Yep, that's
of course herO.
Yep.
CJ. Getting a little excited over here is Brendan.
Me too, man. Me too. And we'll see how YongHwa responds. This is crazy.
This could be big because YongHwa has so much pressure on his shoulders, and maybe he's really nervous, and maybe he fails in a little micro thing. This is what we were saying about PvP. Just little mistakes can really lose a game for you, and if he doesn't scout this or if he micros badly, he could lose it for his team.
This is, in my opinion, the best map for cannon rushing, probably in the pool. This one and Belshire can be quite good, but I don't think that we're going to see a cannon rush here. I think it's going to be two gateways, especially based on that pylon placement. He could hide a forge here and then cannon. That's still a possibility, but I think it's definitely going to be the gates. There's the first gate. Could also just be one gateway. We've seen this already in Pro League, and that's what it is going to be, just one gateway.
Yep, just one really forward gateway right in your opponent's natural. Taking one of those minerals as well, or 5 of them, running away.
Yeah, that's, you know, if the game goes late, you know, he's not going to have those 5 minerals from his natural.
And the gate is going up for YongHwa as well.
Yeah.
But it is going to be a bit later.
And just some shout-outs to our main Korean commentator, sits in the middle, the host of the show. Used to be working at NBC Game, very famous in Korea. And actually relatively famous actually overseas. For those people watching NBC Game, there's no English commentary for that tournament series. There's the Chrono Boost now on that Zealot. So he wants to come in here, scout, but most importantly, try to pick off a few probes. And with this, you can usually get at least one probe because it's so hard to micro perfectly against this. I mean, you have to be perfect to not lose a probe.
Yeah, and this is what we're going to have to see out of YongHwa. Does he even spot it? He doesn't spot it. The probe goes by. He's going to see it soon enough, though, with the Zealot in his base.
He's actually waiting for 2 Zealots, which is really smart because if you have the first one in there, it's only one. If the probe micro is perfect, you can hold. But if you skip a Zealot and then 2 Zealots come into your base, microing against that is not. It's just not going to be. It's not going to be easy. Let's just say that.
First Zealot is in here as well. The second Zealot, he's trying to Chrono Boost out a Zealot, but adding a Stalker is herO right now.
Yep. And once he gets that Stalker out, he's going to be able to push this back. But look at all the mining time being lost here. And look at the positioning here. He can't mineral walk past them at that location.
herO so far doing a really nice job microing.
He could actually...
YongHwa trying to do his best. With this Mothership Core here, he's going to have to wait for that Stalker.
Yeah, and I misspoke earlier. I thought that the Stalker was coming out of YongHwa here. But the Mothership Core is actually going to be vulnerable to the Stalker, depending on how he micros it. And he just targets the Mothership Core with the Stalker. 2 Zealots against 1 here on the ground. Targeting down more and more probes, doing a ton of damage with this pressure. And if he gets that Zealot, that's huge as well.
Didn't quite get that zealot. Loses a zealot of his own. Does get that zealot finally. And he's continuing to get out these units. 5 probes so far lost for YongHwa. Getting another stalker.
Yeah.
Very nice choice.
When he has that second stalker in here, he can actually just confidently chase this stalker away until the overcharge is ready. YongHwa is going to get bullied here. He's just going to have to sit back and play defensively. More and more probes being taken out here. Such a great opening so far for herO right now. If he can eliminate that stalker, it would be huge. He does not get it, but he doesn't lose any hit points, and he's got a third stalker rallied in here.
That's such a good idea. Not overcommitting, waiting for this third stalker to come in. He's still going to have the advantage because that stalker lost so much health. He's going to be able to come in here and walk in confidently.
He's going to need to use that overcharge. There it is.
Yeah, there's the overcharge. Just get used. He's going to have to back off for now. But still, so much damage done. 23 to 16 probes.
Look at that confidence.
Yeah. Getting a Stargate as well, as our observer is pointing out, as well as 2 gateways. YongHwa is really behind. He just lost too many probes.
Yeah, his economy is in ruins. He only has 1 gateway. So as soon as that overcharge is done, guess what he's gonna do? He's just gonna keep fighting with the same stalker count until he has even more units. The Oracle that's likely to be started from that Stargate for herO is gonna be a big problem as well. And he actually goes Phoenixes, which the crowd goes crazy about. Well, changes his mind at the last second. Wants to warp in stalkers instead as he realizes, wait a minute, you don't have any more gateways yet. Yep. You're in trouble.
And this is huge. Look at all these stalkers, as well as 2 more coming. He's trying to fight with ropes as well. As long as herO micros as well, it's going to be big for him. Taking out a stalker is herO.
Dancing his own stalkers here, knowing that this game is basically his. Goodbye, Mothership Core. He's just going to walk away from the probes, target down his opponent's stalkers, and YongHwa's gateways are finished, but he is finished as well because he's lost way too many probes. He kills his own stalker. And with the warping units here, YongHwa's not even going to be able to defend the stalker wave.
Yeah, not going to be able to defend this. Just fighting futile. Not going to be much. He's just waiting until he's going to GG. All the stalkers down for YongHwa.
Look at his face. It looks like he's typing it. Oh, that's the face of frustration in PvP. GG, and CJ Entis takes their very first win this season thanks to really nicely executed builds by herO and Effort. Taking those 2 wins in a row. Really solid play today from CJ Entis, and I like the creativity that we saw in this final game. Really nice micro, and YongHwa definitely got caught off guard by this.
Yeah, like I said before, YongHwa not able to scout that, not taking the necessary precautions, getting behind early with the probes, then just too much pressure out of herO. herO playing it perfectly, waiting just outside, even being confident right outside the photon overcharge. Just taking it, deserving to take that win. Very nicely executed. CJ, like you mentioned, getting